you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could please be seated, restate and respell your name for the record.
First name Jake, Jake. Last name is Pushnig, Puschnig.
And we're still on direct examination, if I recall correctly.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, Detective Pushnig, I have Exhibit 238 on the screen. This is where we left off yesterday, roughly, correct?
That is correct.
And just remind us, what is the date and time on the video right now?
April 1st, 2024 at 9:02 p.m.
And we were picking up as Sade and the defendant were leaving Duke's, right?
That is correct.
All right, I'm going to play from that timestamp and I'd put it into fast forward a little here.
Give that to Jason. We're going to pass the notes to him today.
And right now at 9:02:32, what does it appear Sade is doing?
She's hugging the other female.
Does it look like they're looking at a phone?
Yes.
Speeding up. They hug again?
Yes.
Paused it at 9:03:20. By this time, they're out towards the exit, right?
They're walking towards the exit. That's correct.
And we watched the video clip yesterday of them leaving, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I want to just go to one more camera angle. This is going to be camera number 16. Okay, this angle, describe what it is.
This is the opposite view what we just watched. This is showing the other way. It shows the table which they played beer pong on, and then it shows Maxwell and Sade Robinson sitting down.
And I'm circling with the two of them.
That is correct.
Over here where my mouse is, just off camera, that would be the entry and exit door?
Yes.
Okay, and then this would be that music jukebox that they were at earlier, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to advance this video. Playing from 7:27:08 p.m. This is the time Sade takes her jacket off, correct?
Yes.
And are you kind of able to see a little more clearly her sweatshirt that she's wearing underneath?
You are.
Is there a little pattern to it?
There is.
Paused at 7:27:25. Advancing to 7:29:52. You're able to see her right sleeve?
Yes, the right sleeve has a pattern on it.
I'll zoom in slightly. All right, right there you can see it's sort of a cable knit pattern on her sleeve.
Yes, her right sleeve. You can see the pattern.
Showing you 239. Is that a screenshot from this video here?
It is.
Move 239 in.
Any objection?
No.
239 is received.
All right, and on this screenshot, you can see the cable knit pattern on her right sleeve, correct?
That is correct.
And she's got these light blue jeans, and the sweatshirt kind of goes sort of midway down her torso, right?
Yes.
So to recap, Detective, they arrive at roughly 6:36, right?
So they arrive inside Duke's at 6:36.
They park on Water Street at 6:33.
6:33, they park on Water Street, correct.
And what time do they leave?
They leave at 9:03, and the vehicle travels around 9:04, 9:05.
Okay, northbound on Water Street.
Correct.
I have nothing further.
Cross?
Morning, Detective.
Good morning.
So I just want to kind of go over some of the investigation you did. One of your roles was get that pole camera, correct?
Correct.
And you said that those are kind of stationed around the city, kind of near like where lots of people are walking to kind of be able to survey things, correct?
Yes.
But you're not watching that like as it's happening live. That's just recorded, then you're able to go back and watch it, right?
Correct.
Just in case like there's something of note that you want to go back and review, correct?
Correct. But other officers at the Fusion Division can watch it live.
Okay. And so you testified that they arrived on Water Street in the vehicle around 6:34, correct?
6:33, 6:34, correct.
Okay. And that's Sade's driving her car and she parks and then they walk to Duke's, right?
Correct.
And Sade's driving, right?
Sade is driving, that is correct.
And then Max Anderson is in the passenger seat, correct?
Yes, he's the front passenger.
And we see that they park, like right where they park, they're parked right behind like a kind of a security vehicle.
Originally they are, and then the security vehicle then pulls off and they pull forward. Sade pulls forward a little bit.
Okay, and then they both get out of the vehicle and then they walk together to Duke's, right?
Yes.
And when they're walking there, you don't observe like Max like looking around or anything, right?
No, he's not.
They just look like they're casually walking, correct?
Correct.
And just looks like two normal people walking in one direction to Duke's where they ultimately enter, right?
That is correct.
And then Max enters the bar first, correct?
Yes.
And then a little while later, Sade walks in and sits right next to Max, right?
She's escorted by the security guard about 10 seconds later and sits next to Max.
Okay, and when Max, enters and he's sitting with Sade, it appears that he's talking to this bartender, correct?
That is correct.
And she serves him a drink and then serves Sade a drink, right?
Yes.
And you testified something about like they're playing like a dice game, right?
Yes.
And are you familiar with bar dice?
A little bit, but I don't play.
Okay.
I know that if you lose, you have to buy drinks.
Yeah. So usually the loser of bar dice has to buy the drinks or the shots or the bombs, whatever they're doing.
Yes.
And in your experience, you know that people who are typically regulars at bars are the ones who are playing bar dice, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I mean, based on what you kind of reviewed, it seemed like Max was familiar with this bar.
Yes.
And it looked like the people who were there were familiar with him, right?
Yes.
And when we're watching that surveillance, we saw that, Max takes off his jacket, right?
Correct?
And Sade takes off her jacket, right?
Yes.
And, they sit there and they talk for a while, right?
They do.
And they're kind of on each other's phones. They're showing each other their phones, right?
Yes.
We don't know what they're showing, but we can tell that they're kind of passing the phone, or at least Max is passing his phone to her and she's looking at it, right?
Correct.
And during this, while they're talking, you don't see anything concerning about the way that they're conversing with each other, right?
No.
They're not like fighting.
No, they're not.
They're not arguing.
They're not.
It doesn't look like there's any forceful touching or anything like that, right?
You're right about that.
Yeah, and there's nothing nefarious whatsoever about their date at Duke's, right?
Correct.
And at some point, we see Max leave the bar. Not necessarily leave, but he stands outside and you see he's smoking a cigarette, right?
Yes.
And at that point, Sade just remains at the bar, right?
She's either at the bar or she's playing beer pong. I don't recall which one.
Okay, so they're drinking at the bar for a while, and then like another couple comes in, and they kind of all are just hanging out, right?
Yes.
And that's when they ultimately start playing beer pong.
Yes,
They're all playing it together, right?
correct.
It looks like Sade and Max are partners.
Yes,
And that's how beer pong works. Two partners on one side, two partners on the other side, right?
yes,
And when Max leaves to go smoke a cigarette, we don't see Sade leave the bar, correct? She stays inside.
she does.
And she stays continuing to talk to this other couple. I don't know if it's an actual couple, but these two other people, right?
Yes, the two other individuals.
And they're at that bar for about 2 hours.
Yep,
Something, that's not an exact number, but about 2 hours.
over 2 hours.
And we saw that they hug this couple goodbye and then they leave together, right?
Yes,
And we see them walking out of the bar together,
yes, they are.
kind of walking right next to each other.
Yes, and I think that Max puts his arm around her.
And when they're inside the bar, someone even gives, Max a high five, right?
Yes,
And you said that Max puts his arm around Sade,
correct.
and she doesn't seem to push him off, correct?
No,
And they just seem like, they had a happy date at the bar, right?
yes,
And then when they approach the Sade's car, we see her unlock the car, right?
correct.
And she gets in right away.
She gets in the driver's seat right away.
And then we see Max kind of sitting on the passenger side, and then maybe for a couple seconds, and then he enters, right?
Yes, Max then enters the front passenger side.
Okay, and so obviously Sade would have had to unlock that car for Max to get inside, right?
That is correct.
And then they just drive off, and then, they leave the area of the surveillance so you can't see the car anymore, correct?
Yes, they drive northbound on Water Street.
Okay, and you testified that they were all playing beer pong together, right?
Correct.
They look like they're having fun,
Yes,
and Sade's using her phone. And I think I heard testimony that she's potentially using Snapchat.
she's taking a photo of something. Correct.
Okay, and do you know how Snapchat works?
I do. If you take a photo, if you post it on Snapchat, it stays for about 24 hours, and you can upload it to your story.
Okay, and then and that's almost a way to communicate with people, right? Sometimes you can show people where you are, right?
Correct.
You can have with these pictures you take, like if you take a picture of this courtroom, sometimes the filter or the geotag location will say exactly where you are.
Yes.
And sometimes you can also have emojis or something, like a theme. I don't use Snapchat, but I kind of understand how it works.
You're right about that.
Okay. And then they get in the car and they leave, right?
Yes.
And there's nothing nefarious or strange about the way that they entered the bar, the way that they exited the bar.
You're correct.
You didn't see any pushing.
I did not.
You didn't see any arguing.
No, I did not.
You just saw two people casually walking into a bar, hanging out at a bar, and then leaving a bar.
That is correct.
I have nothing further.
State.
To your knowledge, is that the last time ever that Sade Robinson is seen in public on video?
Yes.
Would that suggest to you that something nefarious occurred afterwards?
Yes.
Nothing else?
Defense?
No.
Thank you, Detective.